What's going on? I'm Spencer Tillis.
I'm Trayvon Miles.
And I'm Edgar Walker.
And this is our first ever DSI Governor's Challenge selection show, something we've been working a lot on. And I tell you what, I am so excited. If you're a basketball fan, you have got to be tuning into this thing right now. We have all the brackets. We're one of the first ones to get it, and we're going to release all of them today.
We got a whole bunch on schedule here coming up. We brought our guy Edgar in. He's the director of scouting and camps for DMV Elite. Edgar, I know you are ready for this thing as I am. I cannot wait for December.
I'm pumped. We've been working since last December to get it going, and we can't wait to reveal the brackets today.
Well, let's get right into it. Over 100 teams are just about there in this tournament, a bunch of great ones. We're going to get it right away. Angela, show us the first showcase games.
All right, well, let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. We're going to start things off with these showcase teams here. Here are the boys bracket A. First matchup in this bracket will be two Maryland teams. Kent County will face Dr. Henry A. Wise Jr. Next, we will have two familiar teams. Y-High will be taking on Polytech. Then Pocomoke will face Idea Charter School from DC. Then another set of Maryland schools, Riverdale Baptist School and Boys Latin School, will go head-to-head. And last but not least, Virginia Academy will play Friends School of Baltimore. Guys?
Big reason a lot of those teams are in the showcase. I mean, that is a loaded side. What first initial thoughts on that one?
First thing I'm thinking that stands out to me is that Kent-Wise matchup. Michael Spate, you might know a little bit about him from Wise. I saw some tape on him. Shoot the ball from anywhere. Darian Barnes as well. Both played for DC Premier, this summer. They present matchup problems for the Trojans, but I feel like Marquand Green and Manny Camper as well, from some guys down here that are pretty good, present some kind of matchups on their own.
Yeah, Kent County made a good run last year. It'll be interesting to see what happens this year. They should have Camper back at that point. But the one that definitely stands out to me is that Pocomoke matchup. I mean, I am a big fan, no secret right now, of this Warriors team. Actually, they can make a legitimate run at the conference title here. Tyler Nixon is a menace defensively. Expect him to have a big impact on this game, as well as LaCurtis Whitney. The guy plays like Zach Randolph. I don't think he can touch the net, but he's going to dominate you in the post. He has that Zebo game. He moves a little better in transition than that, but I think they are going to have a tough matchup. Edgar, what can you expect at IDA Charter?
So Idea Charter is led by a really talented backcourt of Daryl Bones and Justin Milstead. Bones is one of the best scorers in the DC area, and they have some size inside too, so they're going to be a pretty complete team, really get after it and play hard.
I cannot wait for that game. Well, Edgar, I know another game you're really looking forward to is that Riverdale Baptist versus Boys Latin showdown. We've seen Boys Latin here before, but we have not seen Riverdale. What are we expecting out of that matchup?
So Riverdale is another team that's pretty well-rounded. As some seniors who are going to come in and really lead that team. Boys Latin is led by a really dynamic sophomore named Jalen Andrews. They lost to transfer Cody Pugh, but they bring back a lot of talent, and they might be kind of in the mix there to potentially pull an upset.
I mean, transfers galore on this high school.
That'll be a theme today, I think.
Transfers galore on this high school circuit. All right, Angela's standing by, about to unveil who'll be playing in our second bracket. Angela?
All right, well, as you just said, we're going to take a look at the showcase bracket B here for the boys. National Christian Academy from D.C. will play Maryland's Our Lady of Mount Carmel High School. Now, Kent County will play Friends School of Baltimore. South Carolina's Legacy Charter School is now going to be playing Virginia Academy. Then Maryland's Dr. Henry A. Wise Jr. High School is taking on West Charlotte out of North Carolina. Then it's Caesar Rodney and Y-High. And last but not least, it's Polytech, also playing a North Carolina team, and that would be the Prominence Academy. Guys?
Tournament director must not like our local teams. This one is my initial thought. I mean, this is some tough matchups. I immediately think Kent County and Polytech are in trouble with some of their matchups. I don't know about you guys. I just think it's going to be a rough one for us.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Polytech is definitely in trouble. This team lost 8 seniors last year that went to a state title game. Chase Chappell, probably a 6th man of the year in Delaware if they had the award. Going to be thrusted into that starting role. I think it's going to be pretty interesting matchups, but I don't know, man. I mean, like maybe as you say.
What about your alumni team, Y-High? What are you expecting out of them?
I'll get into that. Y-High is also a team in the second bracket. They got the draw facing Caesar Rodney, straight out of Camden. 2 blue and gold teams. They look like practice when they're out there against each other. Y-High is coming off a state title run. Bayside South Player of the Year is back at Decatur. Oops. And Barry Gaines is back at Y-High. Not sure what to expect with this Indians bunch, but Butch Waller is still at the helm, so I definitely expect them to be competitive.
Yeah, that should be a good game, but a game that I'm definitely looking at is that National Christian Academy game against Mount Carmel. What do you expect to see out of that one?
So I think that's one of the biggest games of the year, regardless of any event. National Christian is a really talented, deep team led by Georgia Tech commit Christian Matthews on the wing. Mount Carmel is one of the top teams in Baltimore all last year, held the #1 ranking for a while. So it's going to be a really interesting battle there early in the season to see these two privates go at it.
And there's a Oh, go ahead.
It's going to be a great matchup. I cannot wait. Like you said, man, all of these teams and all of these players, just so much talent going on.
Oh, yeah.
all right here down in Delmarva.
I know another one that is going to be big in that bracket is that legacy game. What do you think we can expect to see out of that? They have a tough matchup there against Virginia Academy.
Yeah, so that Legacy Charter Virginia Academy game is going to be really interesting because it features two of the top prospects in the event. Ajike Obina, big man from Virginia Academy, at least a dozen high major offers he's looking at now. And then Nicholas Claxton from Legacy Charter in South Carolina, recently scholarship offer from Maryland, Baylor. He's raking them in. He's a top 100 prospect. So that'll be a really cool matchup to see two guys who are going to the highest levels of Division I.
Can we just go ahead and start the tournament?
Yeah, we're right around the corner.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. But coming up next, we are going to break down the other half of this year's Showcase games. Keep it right here.
This is Dustin Mills with James M. Bennett Basketball, and you are watching Delmarva Sports Insider.